What's up out there, YouTubers? I need you to subscribe to Raze Chaos. It'll be peak-orific.
And welcome back, everybody. My name is Raze Chaos. You've made it back to my channel, and yes, looky here. I have got yet another pop from the Peacemaker TV series, the HBO Max series, and it is Vigilante. This is the Adrian Chase version of Vigilante. He is the second one to have gone by that name, and I will admit, I should not like this character. I should not like this version. He originally appeared. He was in that group of side characters, and his story kind of developed out of the new Teen Titans. Adrian Chase was an attorney. I don't remember if he was like full-on DA or not, but in New York he was friends with Dick Grayson, because you know. But his thing was he would almost go out of his way to avoid excessive force when he was running around as the vigilante. He basically defends somebody who ends up being guilty, and that person goes off and kills somebody else. And Adrian Chase carries the guilt of having basically directly being responsible for that death, since he actually kept that person from going to prison. So he slowly starts carrying that weight, and he passes his mantle on to another person, and that person ends up dying in action. And then you see a progression with Adrian Chase going on to where he starts getting more and more violent, and the guilt over being so violent and not being able to control his rage and depression leads him further and further down this hole as he gets more and more violent, to the point where he starts contemplating suicide and eventually succumbs to it. This version is nothing like that. He is basically a psychopath who likes to dress up and play superhero with Peacemaker. And I should not like this character, this goofy version of a character that I thought had a lot of depth and had pretty much, since he does actually commit suicide, he actually has a full arc where you see him from the very beginning to his very end. And this character, I don't know what the heck they're doing with him. But you know what? He's so crazy. You just can't help but love him. I mean, yeah. I didn't like him at first. Initially, he was just kind of annoying. But the crazier he appeared, and the more psychotic you realize he is, the more you just couldn't help but love him. So we're going to take this lunatic out and have a closer look at him. And here he is. And they did everything they possibly could with this character to make sure that you understood that this is the Peacemaker version of him. It would have been very easy for them to have made a version of Adrian Chase Vigilante, and basically make him stoic enough that fans of the actual character could have picked him up, but they wanted to make sure that you understood that this is the one from the Peacemaker. He obsesses over, during one part of the show, he actually obsesses over wanting to slice somebody in half with a chainsaw. He doesn't get to, but he's really upset about that, and he's got the weird little hang loose thing going on here. It's almost too goofy, except if you know the character, it really isn't anywhere near goofy enough. But overall, the character looks like the DC character, the version from the comics. It's primarily in his arms that they have made sure that you understood that this was the Peacemaker version. It isn't even the first time that this Vigilante has made a live action appearance. Adrian Chase is actually a character in Arrow for a while there. He's got an arc in there. I haven't actually watched that because I got way behind on Arrow and I have not yet caught up. And I'm sure I will eventually, but where I left it at Arrow, from what I understand, it didn't get better again for at least a season. So, not too in a hurry to jump into that. But yeah, I'm glad I have glad I have this character. Wouldn't mind if they did an actual Vigilante. But then again, you know me. I would love it to death if they actually did the original Vigilante, who dressed up like a cowboy. And of course, there is a later character that went by Vigilante, actually a female who basically did a version of the same costume, which I wouldn't be surprised if they touched on in the Peacemaker series. I know they're going to season 2, so that could very well happen. Can't rule that one out. But yep, this is me loving this series again, and you guys got to put up with it. But that's going to be it for now, and I just want to say that I'm so glad to everybody that comes back and watches my channel and watches my videos, and I even enjoy the people that watch and don't subscribe, but I like you even more if you do subscribe. So click that little subscribe button and give me a thumbs up if you are a fan of any version of Vigilante, and let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. And never forget that life is full of odd moments, and you never know when you're going to be defined.